Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, whenever you decide to get this. My name is Jordan Baxter, and this is my presentation on hybrid electric vehicles and whether they're beneficial or destructive. It's my introduction. It's a very controversial subject over the past 10 years. Do people like them? Do they not like them? Typically comes down to taste or pretty much just overall personal opinion. One of the big things that has been discussed that is an actual conversation that holds weight is the price of them. Many hybrid electric vehicles are very expensive. The interest isn't quite there, is what I found in most of the studies. However, we'll see that later. And can this technology bring any type of benefit to any other production company or manufacturing company? And is pollution really being cut as much as people say it is? My thesis: many Americans continue to bring some pollution concerns or accusations to the table. However, one thing everyone can agree on is that once pricing and pollution concerns have been resolved, HEVs are the vehicle of the future. HEV costs. This slide is going over between the cost of a hybrid electric vehicle and a gasoline vehicle, which we pretty much all have around here. Chemistry Central Journal published their research stating the quantitative benefit to cost analysis shows that, taking account of all the costs of the lifetime of a vehicle, hybrid cars are in fact more expensive than gasoline-powered vehicles. However, after 5 years, HEVs will break even with gasoline vehicles, or cars, sorry. We're about at 4 years right now, and 4 years, 6 months actually, and I doubt that at the foreseen 5-year marks, I believe this source is from 2012, that they'll be right on par with gasoline vehicles. However, they are getting better. Normally, pricing affects the overall popularity of pretty much any product that's put on the market, and everything is pretty much based off of what the average household can afford. There are obviously luxury items that are made for higher income families. However, this study, as well as trying to get mass populace to follow this one way of doing things, needs to be very cost effective for an average income family. And are there environmental concerns? Environmental concerns. Fuel mileage emissions have obviously been better with an HEV. That's why they have become even as popular as they have. Chemistry Central Journal revealed a study that showed specifically from the source from the most damage comes from coal-fired power plants. Now, this is saying the source from the most pollution when it comes to HEVs, and this is because coal-fired power plant is a power plant that, in order to make energy, it burns coal, typically found in the Midwest. However, when these HEVs are being plugged into these households to charge their batteries overnight, the demand for energy goes up, which means they're burning more coal, releasing more soot and smoke into the atmosphere, thus creates pollution. That's what this is specifically talking about. The increased demand for energy is counterproductive. So in these specific regions, you can save all the pollution you want, but if you're consistently increasing the amount of energy, which is burning more and more coal, then it's kind of counterproductive to what you're trying to do. There is, as with every bit of technology that comes out, there are issues that need resolving, but as you'll see, there are more benefits to this technology than just vehicles. What is the greatest issue faced? As you can see at the top, it's the American way. We are all stuck in the way that we live. We're all stuck in the way that we do things. We're all stuck in the way of what we like. Georgetown International and Environmental Law Review published Zachary W. Silverman's research showing that, most importantly, Americans must commit to the fuel-efficient vehicles, rather than consigning themselves to the pervasive gas-guzzling culture. I myself drive a lifted F-250, so I'm guilty of this as well. As with most people, we find something we like. Yeah, we think about fuel mileage and whatnot, but if you really like it, you really like it. Americans are enveloped in the way they live, and unfortunately we're pretty stubborn as a whole. We are not very open to many new ideas, as many people can see pretty much with every election that's happened over the past, 30 years. And America's oil dependence is ever growing. other uses. AGVs are a better means for transportation conservation. There are other uses, however. Author Jeff Cobb posted his research showing hybrid electric vehicles, or HEVs, combine the benefits of gasoline engines and electric motors and can be configured to obtain different objectives such as improved fuel economy, increased power, or additional auxiliary power for electric devices and power tools. Meaning this can be used pretty much everywhere. Manufacturing plants, the power tools themselves make them last longer. Maybe as a means of energy, vehicles we've already seen, so on and so forth. Once all the kinks get worked out, there's really no end to the uses of this technology. Improving pollution elsewhere. This technology, as we just went over, can be used in pretty much everywhere. So ProP posted his research into the technology and its uses, finding that the company General Motors said it has since reduced energy intensity of its U.S. operations, or the amount used per vehicle produced, by 40%. That means every vehicle they're producing, due to this technology, due to producing with different machinery that is powered by this technology that comes from HEVs, is cutting down the energy used by each vehicle they produce by 40%. It's almost half. So in-state being a more energy efficient world, all we got to do is implement it. Conclusion, research clearly shows that there are issues. Gasoline vehicles are still the cheaper option as of now. I think that could definitely change. However, it's definitely going to have to be one of those things that we just see. HEVs have a better fuel efficient emissions. That's obviously why they become as popular as they are. They get better gas mileage. Better gas mileage saves people money. Unfortunately, you got to pay $60,000 to get one. Certain situations have shown that the possibility of greater pollution. Coal-fired plants, however, we as a society are moving away from that anyway, so eventually that'll be an obsolete type of argument, I guess you'd say. HV technology has its other uses: power tools, production plants, manufacturing, anything, vehicles. Its uses are endless. HEVs are what is in the future, in my opinion. That's my references page, and thank you for watching.